Jokic, let me tell y'all something. This dude is so good, man. Straight up. Like, I haven't seen anything like him.
With Joker, he understands basketball so well. I'm gonna go middle, right? He don't need to know where his player is because they already understand the language, right?
I hope they make a trade. You cannot waste a Joker's career. He is the best player in the world.
They won a championship.
I know, but he's like they could win again.
Giannis, Embiid, Joker. Of those three, who is the toughest to guard?
Joker.
Nikola Jokic.
Nikola Jokic has quietly built one of the most dominant and unique legacies in NBA history. His ability to manipulate defenses, thread impossible passes, and control the game with sheer IQ makes him unlike any center the league has ever seen. Whether it's scoring, rebounding, playmaking, or leadership, Jokic is redefining the position in ways no one expected. And it's not just fans who are taking notice. NBA legends from every era are speaking out about just how special Jokic is. Among them, Larry Bird shared an insight so unexpected that it might change the way you see Jokic's legacy forever. Another basketball icon? Kevin Garnett. Known for his intensity and high standards, KG rarely hands out praise. But when it comes to Jokic, even Garnett couldn't hold back, comparing him to some of the greatest big men of all time. When a competitor like Garnett puts Jokic in that conversation, it only confirms what we already knew. The Joker isn't just great, he's historic.
Like what he's doing in our league is just, he's ripping the records apart. I think, Pete, they showed a stat where he's had a triple-double on every team in the league. Bro, right now, Joker's more dominant than Will Chamberlain right now. Lord. Damn. They got some taking him over Shaq. They got taking Joker over Will or Shaq.
Scottie Pippen is best remembered as Michael Jordan's trusted sidekick, a lockdown defender, and a key piece of the Chicago Bulls dynasty. As one of the greatest perimeter defenders of all time, Pippen played with intensity, skill, and a relentless will to win, never hesitating to talk trash after a big play. Since retiring, Pippen has become one of the NBA's sharpest critics, rarely handing out praise to today's stars, but when it comes to Nikola Jokic, his tone completely changes. Unlike most modern players, Jokic has earned Pippen's respect in a way few others have. In an era stacked with talent, Pippen sees something in Jokic that he rarely acknowledges. A level of impact, intelligence, and dominance that reminds him of the all-time greats. For a six-time champion who shared the court with Jordan to speak this highly of the Joker, it's clear. Jokic isn't just great, he's generational.
Let me tell y'all something. This dude is so fucking good, man. Straight up. Like, I haven't seen anything like him. Where he passes. You got a 7'7", 7'1" center bringing up the ball, initiating the offense. It is amazing. The passes that he makes from one side of the court to the other, on time and on target, the bounce passes in between defenses, he is amazing. He, like, if there's one guy I would want to play with, I would love to play with. He's a problem. He's like Jason Kidd as a point guard. Like, those guys don't have to score to affect the game.
Tracy McGrady was one of the most gifted scorers in NBA history. Whether in Toronto, Orlando, or Houston, T-Mac was known for his elite shot creation, his ability to get buckets at will, and his knack for carrying teams on his own. Unlike some stars, McGrady dominated with the ball in his hands, rather than thriving in an off-ball system. But despite his isolation-heavy style, McGrady still recognizes pure basketball brilliance when he sees it. And when asked which current NBA player he'd most want to play with, his answer was Nikola Jokic. For a scoring legend like T-Mac to choose Jokic says everything about the Joker's unselfish play, high IQ, and all-time great passing ability. His ability to make the game easier for teammates is what separates him from other stars. Jokic isn't just dominant, he's the ultimate teammate.
To me, he's Magic and Kareem on the floor at the same time. He's a guard. He makes great decisions, hell of a pass, and then when he wants to be Kareem, he goes down and dominates. He's a special player that does a lot of things, and your antennas have to be up.
James Worthy built his legacy as one of the greatest clutch performers in NBA history. After winning a national championship alongside Michael Jordan at North Carolina, he became a key piece of the Showtime Lakers, playing alongside legends like Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Bob McAdoo. His ability to rise to the occasion in big moments earned him the nickname Big Game James. Having shared the court with some of the greatest players ever, Worthy knows basketball greatness when he sees it. And when it comes to Nikola Jokić, he's not afraid to make some bold comparisons. The Lakers legend has drawn parallels between Jokić and his former Hall of Fame teammates, praising Jokic's unmatched passing, leadership, and ability to control the game. For a player who witnessed Magic's court vision and Kareem's dominance firsthand, that's elite company for the Joker to be in.
Jokic is a joke. You watch him play, you look at him, and everyone's talking about, well, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. If you watch him around the basket, he absolutely will shoot the ball, touch it, and catch it on the other side before these guys move. That tells you how good he really is. He's got an incredible instinct to play the game, but I watch him being interviewed and stuff. This guy's got the right stuff.
Much like James Worthy, Jerry West is an NBA legend who helped shape the game. As a former Lakers star and one of the greatest basketball minds ever, West understands what true greatness looks like, both as a player and as an executive. When discussing Nikola Jokić, West emphasizes something that sets him apart: his basketball. IQ and instincts. In an era where athleticism dominates, Jokić proves that skill, vision, and decision-making can be just as powerful. Jokić doesn't rely on speed, explosiveness, or highlight dunks. Instead, he outsmarts his opponents, reading the game better than almost anyone and making the right play nearly every time. That's what makes him so tough to guard and so impactful on both ends of the floor. For Jerry West, one of basketball's greatest minds, to speak this highly of Jokić, it's a clear testament to the Joker's place among the game's all-time greats.
I think he's the best passer I've ever seen, excluding no position. He's the best I've ever seen passing.
Chauncey Billups, an NBA champion with the 2004 Detroit Pistons and one of the most clutch players of his era, is no stranger to greatness. Now, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, Billups has competed against some of the best players in NBA history and now coaches against the league's new generation of stars. With experience on both sides of the game, Billups knows what makes a player truly special. And when it comes to Nikola Jokić, one skill stands out above the rest: his passing and court vision. As a former elite point guard, Billups doesn't just see Jokić as a great passer for a big man. He sees him as a great passer, period. The way Jokić orchestrates an offense, makes pinpoint reads, and sets up teammates is something that few guards, let alone centers, have ever done at this level. For a championship-winning floor general like Billups to recognize Jokic's elite playmaking, it only reinforces how unique and transcendent the Nuggets' superstar truly is.
Yeah, one of the best players ever played this game. It's that simple. He does everything. The most important thing, he changes the way his teammates think about their own play. When you're able to inspire your teammates to play at a level that sometimes they don't even feel like they can play at, that's a true testament of a great one.
LeBron James is not just the greatest player of his generation, he is widely considered one of the two greatest players in NBA history. Since entering the league in 2003, he has faced off against some of the most legendary talents the game has ever seen, winning 4 NBA championships and 4 MVP awards along the way. Now, in the latter stages of his career with the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron has gone head-to-head with Nikola Jokić numerous times, particularly in high-stakes playoff battles. Through these matchups, LeBron has developed a deep respect for Jokic's game, and he doesn't hold back when praising him. Like many NBA legends, LeBron highlights 2 defining qualities that set Jokić apart: his passing, unmatched court vision for a big man, making plays like an elite point guard; his teamwork, a selfless superstar who always prioritizes making his teammates better. For a player of LeBron's stature, someone who has defined basketball greatness for over 2 decades, to speak so highly of Jokić speaks volumes. Jokić isn't just dominant today, he's cementing his place in NBA history.
I'm actually happy that a big man is now named the best player in the league. Listen, he plays with poise, plays with confidence, and he plays the right way. Us 3 Hall of Famers, we can appreciate that. You know, we see a lot of guys that have a lot of talent, don't utilize their talent. This guy right here just goes out and he just outworks everybody, and it's a joy to watch.
Few centers in NBA history have dominated the game like Shaquille O'Neal. Nicknamed the Big Diesel for his sheer power, Shaq bullied defenders. In the low post, shattered backboards, and won 4 NBA championships while cementing himself as one of the most unstoppable forces the league has ever seen. Since retiring, Shaq has taken on the role of a gatekeeper for great big men, often critiquing modern centers for straying too far from traditional post play. However, when it comes to Nikola Jokić, Shaq's tone changes. He loves watching the Joker play, even though Jokic is stylistically the opposite of O'Neal, more finesse than brute force. Shaq deeply appreciates his skill, footwork, and playmaking ability. More importantly, he loves that a center is once again recognized as the best basketball player in the world. For a legend who redefined big man dominance to embrace Jokic's greatness, it's clear the Serbian superstar is doing something truly special.
First player ever with 30-point triple-doubles and 70% shooting in consecutive games in NBA history. No one on the planet is a better basketball player than Nikola Jokić right now.
Now serving as the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, JJ Redick has made a seamless transition from a celebrated NBA career to becoming one of the most respected voices in basketball. After spending 15 years in the league, Redick quickly became an influential figure in basketball media, gaining recognition for his insightful analysis and deep understanding of the game. Even in his new role as a coach, Redick's admiration for Nikola Jokić remains unchanged. He has consistently praised Jokic's impact, going as far as calling him the best player in today's NBA. Given Redick's detailed approach to analyzing the game, his opinion holds significant weight. For a sharp basketball mind like Redick, who has played with and studied the game's best, to hold Jokic in such high regard, it speaks volumes about the Serbian superstar's dominance, skill, and historical significance.
I mean, I said it once and I'm going to say it again. With all due respect to Hakeem Olajuwon, my idol growing up, Clutch City, and everything and more. Shanae, you know about this.
Let's go.
He's the most skilled center to ever play the game of basketball. When you don't have that stupid or athleticism like, the rest of the centers, when you have you have to rely on skill set and IQ. It's solely based off of him just outsmarting people in his skill.
Much like JJ Redick, Kendrick Perkins has become one of the most outspoken voices in NBA media since his retirement. Known for his bold takes on ESPN's morning shows, Perkins, who won an NBA championship with the 2008 Boston Celtics, is never shy about speaking his mind. While there was a time when Perk wasn't the biggest fan of Nikola Jokić, his stance has completely shifted. Now he speaks of Jokic in glowing terms, both in the context of today's game and in NBA history. Perkins has gone so far as to call Jokic one of the most skilled centers to ever play the game. Considering the rich history of dominant big men, this is high praise. In an era where centers like Joel Embiid, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Domantas Sabonis showcase elite versatility, Jokic still stands above the rest. Perkins even draws a direct comparison to Hakeem Olajuwon, an all-time great known for his unparalleled footwork and skill, suggesting that Jokic's talent surpasses even legends like Tim Duncan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, and Ralph Sampson. For a former champion and longtime analyst like Perkins to reverse course and now rank Jokic among the all-time greats, that says everything about how dominant and revolutionary the Joker has become.
I just thought him as the best player in the league. Like I told you earlier, he won a championship. That's the best team in the league, and he's the Finals MVP. So I was just telling him, keep going, see you in 2 weeks, and keep doing your thing, and that's why you're the best in the league.
Joel Embiid is widely considered the second best center in the NBA, right behind Nikola Jokic. For years, the two superstar big men have battled for spots on first-team All-NBA and have gone head-to-head in the race for the Most Valuable Player, MVP award. Their rivalry has defined the modern era of dominant centers. However, despite the competition, Embiid isn't afraid to be honest. He has openly deferred to Jokic, acknowledging him as the best player in the NBA. For a top 5 player and Jokic's biggest positional rival to make this claim speaks volumes. It's one thing for analysts and fans to praise the Joker, but when his own competition, someone who understands the grind at the highest level, admits his greatness, it solidifies just how unique and dominant Jokic truly is. Simply put, nobody in the league is operating at quite the same level as number 15